From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the latest hourly news blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting confronted by the current presidential administration's relentless, politically motivated attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI efforts across the federal government and in every corner of American society, from universities and research facilities to tech and the arts. One constituency is standing firm in its commitment to DEI, the country's most iconic corporations. A new analysis from the Human Rights Campaign indicates why DEI is good for business. Since the president took office in January, over 20 hostile shareholder resolutions were filed demanding companies shed their commitment to DEI, including Visa, Deere, Boeing, Goldman Sachs, Levi's, American Express, Coca-Cola, Berkshire Hathaway, McDonald's, Amazon, Netflix, Walmart, Alphabet, American Airlines, Caterpillar, Best Buy, MasterCard, and Costco, according to Fortune magazine. Filters of these resolutions criticize companies for all DEI policies and programs that grant or deny employment or advancement opportunities based on race, sex, or other protected characteristics. This rhetoric echoed the presidential administration's calls for terminating such policies based on racially prejudiced and misogynistic far-right disparagement of DEI programs. But across those annual meetings, shareholders representing over $9.8 trillion in value have voted with management to continue DEI policies and programs. Those decisions weren't based on altruism alone, if at all. HRC's study backs up previous research demonstrating that companies embracing DEI are more profitable than their peers that don't. Some of those resolutions opposing DEI specifically called out HRC's Corporate Equality Index, a leading benchmark for LGBTQ plus workplace inclusion. The new research by HRC and Whistle Stop Capital analyzes nearly 2 decades of DEI and corporate data, revealing that the longer a large company has had LGBTQ plus inclusive policies in place, the stronger its financial results. Go figure. The analysis demonstrates that companies with high DEI scores saw greater corporate cumulative revenue growth than low-scoring companies over a 15-year period. Over a 10-year period, top-scoring companies reported average net income more than 8 times higher than their lowest-scoring peers. Additionally, higher CEI scores were linked to greater gross profit and more stable share price performance, suggesting more consistent long-term investor confidence. The findings debunk the political attacks on DEI as harmful to business, employees, and by extension, society at large. The data supports a thesis that we consider intuitive. Companies don't grow by excluding talent or consumers, said Meredith Benton, Whistle Stop Capital's founder. Those companies with long-term high corporate equality index scores are seeing the benefits of a virtuous cycle. Companies with strong relationships to the pride community have built valuable workplace cultures, reputations, and brands over time. The findings bear out previous studies on the beneficial impacts of DEI on businesses' bottom lines. Approximately 97% of LGBTQ plus employees who rated their organizations highly on measures of inclusion expected to remain within their employer for the next year, according to a 2023 survey from Out Leadership addressed in the Harvard Business Review. Conversely, just 38% of workers who rated their organization at the low end of the spectrum for LGBTQ plus inclusion anticipated remaining at their company over the same period. The costs of employee attrition are a drain on profitability, while employees who can claim all aspects of their identity are much more likely to go the extra mile for and stay with their employer. Even companies based in socially conservative states reap the benefits of DEI and LGBTQ plus inclusion. A 2023 study published by the London School of Economics showed the effect LGBTQ plus inclusiveness on firm performance in traditionally red states is a net positive, or at worst neutral. That suggests that adoption of DEI does not have the detrimental repercussions that right-wing activists and social conservatives would have the public believe. Their new data confirms what we have known all along: fairness, inclusion, power, innovation, and growth, said HRC President Kelly Robinson. That's why the HRC's Foundation Corporate Equality Index was born more than 20 years ago. When businesses embrace LGBTQ plus equality in their policies and practices, they're not just doing the right thing for their employees and consumers, they're positioning themselves to outperform, out-innovate, and outlast their competitors. That's the news blast for this hour. Starting September 1st, PEP Radio is changing our daily programming schedule. Details are available on our social media starting today. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.